So, we've been inundated with Epstein email bombshells for several days now. And it seems like every hour we're kind of just learning something new, right? Like Epstein went to Thanksgiving dinner with Donald Trump during his first term in office. More than 10 years after Donald Trump had said, we stopped talking, he was poaching my employees. Nope, you were having Thanksgiving dinner with a guy that had already been in jail as a convicted child trafficker. And you were still palling around with him having holiday dinners. And that, of course, is just one of countless revelations that have come out. And due to the fact that we have thousands of pages of Epstein material that has been released this week, we're going to keep getting bombshells like that for the foreseeable future, possibly even the full release of the Epstein files now that the discharge petition has obviously reached enough signatures. So here's the thing. What I love about all this is the response that we have seen from Republicans, from the administration. It's absolutely hilarious to me. I love watching these people have these meltdowns. Trump is melting down. Caroline Levitt, the Republicans on the House Oversight Committee, all of them collectively having these meltdowns because the walls have finally caved in. They're not closing in anymore. The walls have caved in. The light is shining on these horrific people, and there's nowhere left to hide. So it all started obviously Wednesday. The Republicans on the House Oversight Committee put out a post on Twitter that said this. Why did Democrats cover up the name when the estate didn't redact it in the redacted documents provided to the committee? It's because this victim, Virginia Giuffre, publicly said that she never witnessed wrongdoing by President Trump. Democrats are trying to create a fake narrative to slander President Trump. Shame on them. Of course, Democrats took Virginia Giuffre's name out of the material that they released because she is no longer with us, and they were trying to be respectful. It wasn't trying to cover anything up or slander anyone. And by the way, releasing these emails is not slander, it's fact. Also, not to mention, you're like, Virginia Giuffre said she never personally saw Trump do anything wrong, so case closed, right? No. I've never personally seen anyone rob a bank or commit a murder. But that doesn't mean those things don't happen every day, right? I mean, just because you don't personally see something happen doesn't mean those things don't happen. That statement means nothing. She never personally saw Donald Trump doing horrible things that were done behind closed doors anyway. Okay, cool. She didn't say, I know for a fact Trump never did anything. All she said was, I didn't see anything. And that actually says a lot more about his potential guilt than it does his potential innocence, right? She could have said, I know for a fact the guy never did anything wrong. All she said was, look, I personally never saw him do anything, which is an indication that I didn't see him do anything, but others may have, right? Trump's meltdown, however, was the best because he didn't just go after Democrats, he also went after what he called the stupid Republicans. Here's what Trump said on Truth Social. The Democrats are trying to bring up the Jeffrey Epstein hoax again. I am so sick and tired of hearing this man call everything in the world a hoax. It is so nauseating at this point. Because they'll do anything at all to deflect on how badly they've done on the shutdown and so many other subjects. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop there because the public rightfully blames the Republicans for the shutdown and you, of course. So you're like, oh, they're trying to distract the public. No, the Democrats probably want to keep the shutdown in everybody's minds because the Republicans are the ones paying the price for it. But he continues, only a very bad or stupid Republican would fall into that trap. The Democrats cost our country $1.5 trillion with their recent antics of viciously closing our country, while at the same time putting many at risk, and they should pay a fair price. There should be no deflections to Epstein or anything else, and any Republicans involved should be focused only on opening up our country and fixing the massive damage caused by Democrats. Yeah, here's what's fun, folks, is that ever since that discharge petition reached that 218th signature with Adelita Grijalva adding her name to it, we have actually seen more and more Republicans who weren't on the discharge petition come out and say, you know what? When it comes to the vote, I'm going to vote for it. I'm going to vote to release the files. Trump's losing support. He's losing his grip on the Republican Party. These Epstein files that did come out this week have shaken a lot of these Republican lawmakers who have finally realized I can no longer be a part of this cover up. I can't partake in this. It's obvious there's some pretty bad stuff in there. That, coupled with last week's electoral losses for Republicans, has made them start to come to these realizations almost fast and furious in the last 2 weeks that, hey, this guy's toxic. This guy's pulling us all down. We're all going to be the ones paying the price for it because in the House, we're all on the ballot next year unless we're retiring. And if we're seen as protecting somebody who may have been doing some pretty bad Epstein stuff, and we're being blamed for the shutdown, and we're being blamed for prices increasing, if we hitch our wagon to this guy, we're doomed. But if we stand up to him and we go back to our constituents next year and say, listen, I did fight back. I wasn't with him on these things. I'm breaking with him. We're seeing it now, though. We don't have to wait a year to watch that play out. It is happening right now. And that is what is freaking out Donald Trump so much. And that is why he thinks all of these Republicans are apparently just stupid. Scientists recently discovered a new evolutionary trait in puppies, and it's that they cannot grow up and reach their full potential unless you subscribe to this channel. Don't do it for me, folks. Do it for little Atlas and Judge here. Good boys. You do good. Want to say something? No? Okay.